Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life, and this is my final top 10 list of today. I'm doing my top 10 movies of 1989. 1989 was a year of a lot of great movies, in my opinion anyway. And as always, before we get this list started, I have several honorable mentions, and they are Field of Dreams, Uncle Buck, Tango and Cash, Pet Cemetery, Major League, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, K9, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Burbs, Lean on Me, Do the Right Thing, The Wizard, Great Balls of Fire, Halloween 5, Drugstore Cowboy, Loverboy, 976 Evil, and Best of the Best. All great movies, just couldn't make my top 10 list. And before we start my top 10 list, in the last video, you may notice that I had the same movie written down twice in my top 10. And that's my bad. I didn't look over my list like I usually do. And so I had to make a change while doing the video. And I did. I got it all sorted out. But we'll try not to have any more of those mistakes going forward. But coming to number 10 is Lethal Weapon 2. This is a great sequel. It follows Riggs and Murtaugh again, trying to find out who's smuggling in Cougarin. It is a money and more so coins. And from there, the different police officers are being hunted and killed at the same time. And of course, Martin Riggs, still not over his wife being killed, actually finds out what happens to her in this movie. And in this movie, we get another character, Leo Getz, played by Joe Pesci, who plays his role to a T. He is a witness in this movie who Riggs and Murtaugh are now trying to protect. And it's just a nonstop action comedy thrill ride. If you love the first movie, you're going to love the sequel. And like I said, it spawned two more sequels, which we will talk about, because those will be in the 1990s. But Lethal Weapon 2 is a great movie. Another sequel, at number 9, is Back to the Future Part 2. Number 8 is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is a great comedy adventure movie. You have an inventor played by Rick Moranis who has made a machine that shrinks things, anything. Well, unbeknownst to him, he doesn't think it works, and he ends up busting it up for some reason. But his kids end up getting in contact with the machine, and they are all shrunk, along with the two neighbor kids as well. And so, while being shrunk, the dad comes home, cleans up his mess, sweeps them up, puts them in the garbage, and sets them outside of their fence in their backyard. So they have to get from their backyard to up to the front of the house. Now, this ain't just no ordinary journey. You got to remember, they are just really small versions of themselves. So even ants and other bugs are going to be trouble for them. But this is a great movie. It spawned, I believe, two sequels. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid is the one I've seen. I don't think I've seen Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. But this first movie is fantastic, full of a lot of laughs, and one of Rick Moranis' better parts. Number 7 is Look Who's Talking. John Travolta plays a cab driver, and you have Kirstie Alley, who is a single mom now, and James, played by John Travolta, ends up babysitting for her so she can do things and go out and have dates. And all the while, James and Mikey form a great friendship. Mikey is voiced by Bruce Willis, who does a great job. And this is just a funny movie. Um, it did spawn two sequels, which were okay, but this first movie is badass. They should have just stuck with the one movie, uh, but it is hilarious. Definitely worth being in top spot in my top 10. Number 6 is Turner and Hooch, another great buddy cop movie. Number 5 is Little Mermaid. Number 4 is Steel and Magnolias. Uh, you have Julia Roberts, uh, who uh, is sick and she can't have kids. Her doctor told her that her body would just break down and she would die. Uh, but that she doesn't let that stop her. She wants to have her own kid. She eventually does, and her body starts to break down. This is a sad movie. You have a great cast. Uh, just it's a real tear jerking movie. Uh, I can't really say anything else about it. I don't really want to spoil anything, but it's a lot of fun. It's heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time. But definitely check out Steel Magnolias. Uh, you won't be disappointed. Coming in at number 3 is Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights is an underrated crime comedy movie. It stars Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor had his own nightclub uh, early in the 1920s, and along comes this little message boy who eventually will become Quick and played by Eddie Murphy. Uh, they ended up forming a business together, and it's called Sugar Ray's. And it's fronted by a candy store, but in the back there is a club where you can gamble, drink, uh, have sex, and pretty much anything is up for grabs. But this movie is hilarious. Uh, what they do in the third act to this white crime boss who's trying to get a piece of their action because they're making so much money and driving all these expensive cars, and those white guys couldn't take it, trying to take away their business, and it just ain't gonna happen. But they get even with him, and it is a lot of fun. And I love this movie. Very underrated. Coming number 2 is my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and that is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Sorry, my throat's trying out. Um, Christmas Vacation follows the Griswolds, and Clark wants the perfect Christmas, and he sets out to get a tree, brings his family along, and they end up having to dig up the tree because he forgot a saw. He has nosy neighbors who don't like Christmas, and he has a boss, played by Brian Doyle Murray, who decides to cut out their Christmas bonuses, uh, which really hurts the family, especially the Clarks. But of course, the Christmas for the whole family doesn't go right. Um, he has aunts and uncles showing up, along with their cousin Eddie. Uh, but it is a hilarious movie. Chevy Chase steals this movie from all the lines and stuff he has, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely check out Christmas Vacation if you haven't seen it. And my number 1 movie of 1989 is Batman. Yes, Tim Burton's Batman is freaking awesome. It's dark. Michael Keaton, many people didn't think he could pull off being Batman, being so short, but he played him to a T, and he did a kick-ass job. This movie did spawn sequels. Batman Returns, Michael Keaton and Burton were back, but then there were conflicts with the next movie, and once Burton dropped out, uh, Michael Keaton decided not to do it, so they bring in Val Kilmer, who wasn't that bad. Uh, Still not a great movie. They also bring Robin in, played by Chris O'Donnell, which I like Chris O'Donnell playing Robin, but I really wish they would have thought about someone else for Batman. Actually, I really wish Michael Keaton would have stayed on to do Batman, at least in the next movie. But nonetheless, Batman 1989 is my favorite movie. And other than that, that is my top 10 list of 1989. In the comment section below, give me your top 10 movies of 1989. And if you don't have a top 10, then just name a few of your favorites from 1989. And as always, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more content. It is snowing right now. A little bit, not too much. I believe we got about 10 inches. But thank you for watching, and look forward to more top 10 lists. I'll be starting with the 1990s on Monday. So look forward to those. Until then, I thank you guys for watching, and check you later.